Rain or shine, it's here to make you laugh. It's the Steamboat Comedy Podcast. It's the Steamboat Comedy Podcast. And now your host, Kyle Ruff.
Testing on the microphone.
Because we them stanky boys.
Damn stanky boys.
Stanky boys being stanky boys.
I'm gonna have to go get a new can of Zin. I'm down to one left.
Oh, no.
It's in my car, though.
Oh, can I have one?
Yeah. But that means right after this podcast, I'm gonna have to run out to my car
I'm going to have to run.
and get a Zin. Where are yours?
I didn't go to the store.
You're out of
I'm
Zins.
out of Zins.
That's not planning properly.
No, it's not. It's poor planning.
That's poor execution, dude.
I
Now
don't
this
use
is
any nicotine products. Is right, Mom?
brought to you by Zins.
Brought to you by Zins.
Do one of them and then always do more.
And then do them forever
And
until you die.
and then feel bad when you don't do them until you do another one.
Yay, nicotine.
It's the
on
best.
The Steamboat Comedy Podcast. Welcome in. I'm your host, yet again, Kyle Ruff, joined by Matthew Newland. How
Thanks
are you?
for stopping by, guys. Is the camera on me? It feels like it's way tilted towards you.
I don't know. It kind of splits. It's like kind of like a fisheye lens. It's a GoPro, a little behind the scenes here.
Will
The
be
Steamboat
this,
Comedy.
be the S.
So we hopefully, if it's not getting us, it's got a great shot of a cowboy shooting at a big robot presumably from outer space.
Yep, it's a old Western Star Wars. That's what we call that painting.
You know that I just thought about it. That could be just a scene from Wild Wild West.
The movie?
Yeah.
Starring Will Smith?
Yeah, don't you remember the bad guy has that big machine thing?
He does. I think that's probably what that's from.
It's probably Wild Wild West.
I think that guy is probably Will Smith.
That's probably Will Smith. His hands are just white though, because he's afraid. He's scared. It scared all the color out of him.
It did. It looks like his wife has alopecia, too. You can tell just by the picture.
You can tell by the picture that he's very frustrated
At his wife's
his bitch wife's alopecia
condition.
which is being an actual demon.
The spawn.
Yes, the spawn of Satan who used to bang Tupac.
I told my buddy the other day, I told him bald people don't get into heaven.
It's a good thing I use Keeps.
He was pissing me off and he was bald. And I was like, bald people don't get into heaven.
I got bad news for you, guy.
Best you can do is purgatory.
Man, just sit there and be bald forever.
And then he sent me a text message today, and it was a Google search of, can bald people become angels?
You don't see bald angels much.
Mm-mm.
Like almost every biblical depiction, they all have like long flowing hair.
They're not allowed to. It's not allowed in heaven.
Well, and conversely, probably everyone in hell is bald because all their hair burns off.
Bald as bats.
Bald as bats.
That's why they call it that. Come to hell where we're all bald as bats.
That's the sales pitch. Come on down to hell. Well, we're bald as bats.
We're all bald as bats. And I think bald people end up in purgatory.
Yeah. I mean, what are you gonna do with them? You know.
Ugh, no one wants to look at them.
Nobody wants to. Even Satan's like, ugh, no.
Ugh, get those guys out of here.
Nasty.
Yeah, so, I mean, there's that.
Well, Satan loves burning hair, like the smell, the aroma. And so if he gets a bald person in hell, he's just like, God damn it.
Is that the Old Testament or the New Testament?
That's the in-between testament.
That's the
Middle Age
what's
testament.
between the Stone Age Testament.
Yeah, the one with Legolas and
the Industrial Revolution, if you will.
Yes.
Testament.
That's the one. The progressive era.
When was the last time you went to church?
That's actually a great question. When is the last time I went to church? I think I went to church. The last time I went
to church.
To like a church or like to a church service?
Let's just go to a church.
The weddings. I've been to some weddings and some churches. I think the most recent would have been my cousin. Yeah, my cousin Zach.
Shout out to Zach, friend
Shout
of the
out to
show.
Zach, friend of the show, great guy. He got married in a church. We were in fucking Nashville.
Oh yeah,
fancy ass church.
Yeah.
And then we went to this wildly fancy country club.
Okay, when's the last time you went for service?
I think I went when I was home and my
When-
mom got remarried. Is that the most recent time? God, that would have been like 8 years ago.
You
Something
miss
like
it? You miss going to church?
that. Only when I'm scared.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
If you're scared,
Go
well,
to church.
you best go to church.
Yeah.
Dude. All right.
Mm-hmm. And if you're a crazy motherfucker, go berserk. I forget the lyric in between.
Yeah, dude. Everybody does.
If you were scared, motherfucker,
Go to church.
If it's like a down motherfucker, do your dirt or do your work.
Do your homework.
Do your homework. That's obviously
'Cause
what
you're down.
Ice Cube was referring to. He's
Yeah.
a very studious guy.
He was.
Oh, yeah.
That's how he wrote all them lyrics, buddy.
Yeah. That's
where
how
the-
he made all those children's movies.
Dude, that is such a wild turn.
It is
It is
such a
the
wild turn.
wildest fucking
It's like a
turn.
domesticated gangster.
It's insane. It's
got
like
to him.
everybody knows, have talked about it, but it is absurd.
Oh, speaking of which, we should talk about absurd. In the comedy world, the big thing that happened was Cat Williams
Oh,
blowing
yeah.
up the internet,
That was fun.
talking shit about all the other comics.
It's
that he
kind of
hates.
steamed off now. It got its run in the cycle.
Yeah,
And
I
now
mean, it
it's
was a
steamed
good
off.
2
But it
weeks.
was fun. That was a fun 2 weeks.
was
dude.
fun,
He's
dude.
so fucking funny how he talks.
Yeah.
He's just funny as fuck,
He's
dude.
just a funny dude.
I don't care if he's telling the truth or if he's lying.
Yeah.
It was very funny.
Did you know that he read 5,000 books before he turned 8?
I don't think he did.
I don't think he
though.
did,
I
'cause
don't.
that's
but
impossible.
He might have.
He might have.
Those children's books are pretty small. Them Dr. Seuss's.
I mean, he might have just been crushing Seuss's.
dude, who wasn't crushing
Who wasn't
Seuss's
crushing
back in the
Seuss's?
day?
Also, shout out to my niece, Maggie,
Friend of the show.
I got her. I got her Dr. Seuss book. I was asking my brother. I was like, "Does she have Dr. Seuss books?" And he's like, "Yeah, we got like pretty much all of them, except for like One Fish, Two Fish, Red Fish, Blue Fish, classic, literary classic." But I
That's
was like, "Do
Probably
you
the
have
best one.
No, the best one, the one that everyone forgets about.
Green Eggs and Ham.
No,
Charlie went to church.
nope. Charlie went to church.
I don't know what we're talking about.
This is Charlie in a church.
Charlie went
This
to
is
church.
Charlie with some merch. This is
Just
Charlie.
Steamboat comedy shirt.
Yeah, I'm gonna write that tonight. No, it's the bread and butter battle. Do you even know that one?
The bread and butter battle.
The bread and butter battle.
I don't know that
It's a
one.
battle between guys who like to butter their bread butter side up, and guys who like to butter their bread butter side down.
And they have a war.
And they fight to the fucking death.
That's a good book.
It's like 300, but with like bread.
Who the fuck butters it down?
Half of the population in that particular Seuss world.
How do you even do that?
Just very carefully.
Yeah.
I assume that you have to almost butter like right side up, and then you just flip it over.
You put it on the plate?
Mm-hmm.
It's going to ruin the butter.
I mean,
I know which side of the fight I'd be on.
I mean, it
I
seems
think
pretty
we
obvious.
all know which side to be
Yeah.
on. Butter
butter
up.
side down. What?
Butter me up.
What did
and
you say, dude?
spit
Butter
me
side
out.
down, bro.
This is how that started.
Are you out of your fucking mind, dude?
This is how he got the
I'm gonna
inspiration.
Come across this table. and
Yeah,
fucking
right,
kill
dude.
You, dude.
You don't have the strength
I don't. I'm one
or the
armed
shoulder.
Right now. I'm missing
you
a
don't have
shoulder.
the shoulder to do that, buddy.
I have one shoulder. That's why I'm getting fat, because I haven't exercised in 2 months. But it's a great book, and my niece was so stoked
And
on
I
it.
hate myself.
Yeah, I'm a fat piece of shit. I want to die. But the book is really good. And I said to my niece, and she, my brother video called me yesterday. It was yesterday, the day before. And he's just like, she's like 2.5. And so
Yeah.
she's like kind of just started to figure out how to talk and stuff. But he's like, they're like downstairs. He's like, "Oh, show Uncle Kyle your bread and butter book." And she was like, "Oh, the bread and butter." And she like ran up the stairs.
She loves the book.
She loves the bread and butter battle, dude.
That's nice.
I
That
was
feels good.
stoked on it.
That
'Cause
feels
was like
good.
my favorite.
The
My
bread.
low-key favorite.
I remember. You remember the if you give a moose a muffin and if you
Yep.
give a mouse a cookie,
Yes.
they're like the same book.
Well, the mouse the cookie was the original, and it was so fire.
The
that they
mouse.
were like-
I thought the moose was the orig.
No, mouse and cookie was a ridge, and then the writer had to like be like, how can I possibly top
Yeah.
giving a mouse a cookie? And they went away into like a silent retreat, for
Yeah.
like 2 weeks, like Aaron Rodgers. Took some
Indonesia.
ayahuasca, yeah,
Mhm.
and really dug deep and was like, what can I possibly do next? And then
It was years he was
they-
there.
Yeah, years. And then one night he was visited in a vision by a muffin.
And he's like, what likes to eat muffins?
What likes to eat muffins? Something with an M. How about a monkey? No,
it can't
too
be a
easy.
monkey.
That's way too on the nose.
And he wanted the alliteration.
He
Because
had to have the alliteration.
Mouse and Cookie was not an alliteration. He's like, I'm going to blow their tits off
Yeah.
with some alliteration
He's
in
like,
this next edition.
He's like, it was his biggest regret in his life. That's what he wrote in his memoirs. His biggest regret in his life is that the mouse and the cookie. There was no alliteration.
There was no alliteration.
And he was like, what am I even doing with
It killed
my
him
life?
on the inside.
Yeah, it did. And
It ended up killing him, though. That's why he
the
killed.
stress of it, he drank himself to death shortly after. He never actually saw.
Well, he drank himself to death, but what did it was he also hung himself.
Oh, right. And then when he slit his wrist, too.
Yeah.
Wait, is this Robin Williams?
But the point is, if you give a moose a muffin,
Point is, if you give a moose a muffin,
he's
he's
gonna
going to want some, what is it, fentanyl?
fentanyl, I think.
He's going to want some fentanyl. That's a tale as old as time.
And that's the America we live in.
Look at the eyes on this moose right here. He is high out of his fucking mind.
Yeah, he just fucking cranked down on some fentanyl, dude. he did.
Cranking it.
He did crank some fentanyl. But yeah, that is America. We just want more, more, more.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
You
What do
know?
you think about consumerism in America,
about
Kyle?
consumerism in America?
Yeah, let's get into it.
Let's get into it. I think it's great.
You think consumerism's great in America?
I do.
It is like the greatest country to be a consumer.
It really is, because
If
we have a
you-
lot of shit.
If you're born a consumer and you're like, where can I move to consume? Come on down to America.
That's on our billboards, the border. That's why all the Mexicans are coming in.
Come
in droves.
consume.
Like, we like to consume. That's
Yep.
right.
That was racist.
No, I can do that because I like Mexicans.
That's right.
I banged a Mexican chick once, so I can do the voice.
God, dude.
That's how it works, dude.
You have to
Right? I don't know. Send us some comments. SteamboatComedy.com. Send me an email and let me know. I'm
Check
pretty
it
sure
out.
that's the. I banged an Asian chick too. You want to hear that one?
You got the okay to do that one? You
know,
put your hands up to your eyes. So that was
I thought about it.
Yep.
I got to check the emails and see.
Yeah, get back to us
If
on
you're that one
Kyle
Asian chick who banged me, please send me an email
or text
or a text, or please just call me. I
or
miss
just
you so much.
respond to anything.
Just anything. I did. I tried to follow her on Instagram after I banged her. She wouldn't accept
That's
it.
insane, dude.
Don't bang tourists. They'll break your heart, everybody.
They'll break your heart and run away. You
Speaking
did
of-
bang her though.
I did bang her. It was pretty sick. She's a really nice lady.
Not good enough for a follow though.
So,
That's crazy.
On that note, well, that's what I do. I'm one and done. Once you have some Kyle, you don't want any more Kyle.
If you give a lady a Kyle,
She'll say,
she'll actually ask for no more.
She'll say no, thank you.
It's a very short book.
That's just
2
my
pages.
one page, and then it's like 4 just pictures of me crying and drinking. But no, we were, as you know, we're the most consistent podcast out there, which is why this is our first episode in a month. But we were constantly coming up with ideas.
Oh, so many
and
ideas.
So I checked the notes before the show.
So many ideas for this show.
I have a note section in my Samsung Galaxy Note. Big podcast. Use promo code Steamboat Comedy. Get 0% off. In the podcast tab,
Friend of the show.
there was one sentence. This is what we came up with in a month.
This was our podcast
This is
subject.
our one podcast idea. And it says, how much money to shoot a porn?
It's a good idea.
So, man, how much money to shoot a porn?
To shoot a porn.
I don't know. Does that mean, like, how much does it cost?
I think I remember when we came up with this idea. It was a beautiful night. The stars aligned, and our creative juices were really flowing.
Yeah, we were
that
sitting
night.
on the roof staring at the stars.
Yeah, just asking God to give us a podcast subject.
Yeah.
And he delivered.
Yes.
And I think the meat of what we were trying to get into was how much money
To shoot a porn.
to shoot a porn.
So, Matt, how much money to shoot a
How
porn?
much money to shoot a porn? No, it was like if you were in Miami
Yeah.
and you're going and they're like, dude, you got the stuff.
They just see me walking down.
Yeah.
This is before I was fat. They see me walking
Yeah.
down the beach all jacked and handsome. And
Yeah,
they're like,
they're like,
hey,
Come here. We got a
here.
big porn production.
yes.
And it's big, you know it.
Yep.
It's on all the
All the
websites.
sites, all the big
It's on
ones.
all the big websites that everyone keeps talking about, and they're like, we want you to star in this porno, and it's going up on the front page
Yeah.
of
Front headline porn news.
Pornhub tomorrow. You're going to be on there.
Mm-hmm.
How much money would you want to do
First
that?
of all, I would say, who else is in the porn. And mostly, what do their genitals look like?
Yeah.
Because they could be like, get you the old bait and switch where they're like, we want you to star in this porn. And you're like, sick, all right. And they're like, we'll pay you $1,000. You're like, what a deal. And then you show up there and you walk and you look around. You're like, hey, where's all the chicks?
And it's just a T-Rex. just a dude in a T-Rex outfit.
It's just 6 adult male little people.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you. And they're like, here you go.
Here you go. This is what you wanted that $20 for.
Yep, you should have read the fine print.
Okay. Let's say it's a woman.
Let's say it's just me and one
passably
woman. Attractive woman.
Yes, a porn woman.
I would probably do it for like... I'd pay like $100. You know?
It's not bad. Yeah, you have to move some funds around.
Yeah, but I could check my account.
I think if you emptied the Venmo account, you could probably get there.
Probably.
You have to wait a couple business days.
Venmo?
Yeah, you have to wait a few business. Okay, now here's the big question: what everyone wants to know.
Yeah.
How much would it for a man to shoot a porno with a man? How much to shoot a porno?
How much to shoot a porno with a man?
With a man.
What do I have to? What do we?
You don't have to do anything.
I don't have to do anything.
But you can do everything.
but it's all on the table.
Yeah.
So they have to see my face.
Yeah.
Although,
bro.
I mean, even if I had a mask, I have a very recognizable penis.
Yeah,
so that could be a problem for my PR team.
And there's also, they're going to see your face because there's going to be stuff going in and out of it, buddy.
And all over.
And all over.
On the surface and on the inside. I don't know. It's basically the question is how much money to bang one dude, but everyone also knows it.
Yeah, and it's on the front page.
Well, it could be really good for my comedy career. I could get on Jeff Stonic's show. Jeff Stonic,
friend of the show. And it could.
Can I pick the guy? Could it be MK Paulson?
How much money to bang MK Paulson?
How much money would it take me? I'd probably bang MK Paulson. He's such a beautiful man.
He's a good guy.
He's a great dude. Great friend. MK Paulson, friend of the show.
Like a very,
he's actually performing in Boulder right now. So if you're listening to
probably
this,
on stage.
You missed it.
He's probably on stage right now.
I'd probably bang
He'd
MK
take
Paulson
care of you.
for
a basket of pennies.
Yeah, for 30 minutes of stage time in LA. Dude. So I can go back to the Comedy Store one more time before I die.
You can.
I can do
get
that.
there.
I'll get there.
Yeah, I mean, that was a good podcast subject.
How much would about you?
I come up with the questions. I don't answer these questions.
It was on my phone.
Yeah, but that's because I said, write that down quick. I was flowing so hard.
You were flowing pretty hard.
I was flowing so fast and hard
so just flowing
that I could not even get up. I don't know, man. $20 each way.
$20 each way?
Each way. Don't give a shit.
$20. So you'd pay the same amount to bang a chick as a dude?
No, I would pay 20 to bang a chick and get 20 to bang a man.
Okay, I mean that's fair.
Come out even.
So if you were to bang, it was a threesome with a dude and a chick, you would just break even.
No, I would just shoot them back to back.
Oh, right.
And just walk out.
That'd be gross to bang them at the same time.
With as much money as I had in my pocket before.
Just with the rest of your day ahead of you.
With, I got a good exercise in.
Yeah, got some cardio.
Some new friends. Made some new lifelong friends.
Yeah.
And we're going back to the beach.
Really, it's about
making connections.
It's about making connections. The real currency we get in this bankrupt world
is when we make connections with people.
And the friends along the way.
When we're both losers.
There's nothing going on.
We're both friend of the show, Almost Heroes. That was a reference to the movie.
Yes. No, Almost Famous.
Yeah, Almost Heroes is with Chris Farley, and it's just as good.
It's even better.
It's an even better movie. Both those guys are dead. Matthew Perry and Chris Farley. Oh. I don't know, not to be a bummer.
And so is Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Dude, everybody's dead. Have
dead.
You noticed that?
Have you noticed that all those people keep dying?
Have you noticed that, like, everyone's dead?
You seen this? You read about this?
Have you heard about that?
Everyone's dead.
Our roommate, Dan, friend of the show,
Shout
this
out.
morning, he goes, oh my, he was looking on his phone this morning. He goes, oh my God, 4 people dead. And I went, 4 people, that's not a lot for one day.
Yeah, I mean, that happens like,
yeah.
in 4 seconds.
Like he's just got a dead counter on his phone.
He's like, oh my God, it's really jumping up.
4 for today. No, but it was like something way worse that we don't have to get into.
Yeah.
But there was a brief moment in comedy when I was like, that'd be funny if he was just checking his phone for the death toll in America each day.
I wonder if you could find that.
How many people die in America every day?
Or just like the death, is there just like a tally somewhere?
I think they have it averaged out pretty good. I think it's a lot of heart disease, a lot of car accidents.
A lot of fatties.
A lot of car accidents, a lot of heart
If
disease.
you're in Steamboat Springs, a lot of suicide.
Dude, it's crazy. It just keeps going up and up and up.
Up and up and up. That's what it's like here in paradise, baby. Highest suicide rate in the country.
It's so wild.
It's fucking weird.
Come to paradise.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And don't look too far in.
Yeah, don't think more than 3 years ahead.
Yeah, don't think about the guy serving your drinks
Because you won't see him next
when you
year.
saw him on vacation. Don't make too good of friends with him.
Oh, they won't stick around.
No.
Yeah.
You want to hear a story?
I would love to hear a story.
This is like the funniest prank that I've ever done.
Oh,
in
I've got
middle
one
school.
for you after that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not great. I don't feel good about any of it, but
But sometimes it's good to be a prankster.
it's interesting.
It is interesting.
Okay, so in 7th grade, me and my buddy Taylor, friend of the show,
Front of the show, Taylor.
there was this girl in our class, and looking back on
Gross.
it, looking back on it, she was definitely, she had some autism or
What
something.
age is this?
Probably 12,
Okay.
11 or 12. Look, but we didn't know what that was
No,
back then.
You
We
just called
didn't.
them dumbasses and you moved on.
We didn't know. It wasn't
Right.
like it had been in it like, oh, autism is a thing, but it wasn't front page of the news. You know, it was still
we
in
were
its
working
birthing.
with limited tools.
It was still in
back
its
then.
birthing stage, so we
Yeah.
didn't know. But she sat in front of us, and my friend and I would say, "Hey, I love you," and she would get like super like, "Stop saying that! Don't say that!"
Uh-huh.
And like she'd get super weird about it, and we just kept doing it for a while until eventually the teacher pulled us aside, me and my friend, and he was like, "You got to stop telling her that you love her. It's very annoying to her. Like if I was to sit here and poke you in the shoulder over and over again," he started poking my friend in the shoulder.
Uh-huh.
He's like, "Wouldn't that get annoying? Wouldn't you not like that?" And we were like, "Yeah, that would be very annoying." And then it ended, and like a minute or two later, my friend Taylor looked at his shoulder, and there's a little red spot on it.
Yeah.
And he had a brilliant idea. He was like, "Dude, I have a little red spot from where he poked me." And then he was like, "You should punch me in the arm as hard as you can 4 times." And then I'll go tell him. And I was like, I came up. I was like, "I should punch you in the arm 4 times." And then you go tell him. He's like, "No, you can punch me in the arm 4 times, but you have to come up." And he came up with this brilliant line. And you have to say, "Look what you did to my friend." So I punched him in the shoulder 4 times. And then we went up to the teacher. And his arm was all fucked up and purple and shit.
Uh-huh.
And I said, "Look what you did to my friend." And the fear that washed over this teacher's face.
Oh, I bet.
His life was over.
Oh, yeah. He's
He
like,
was
I just got
done.
fired for
He was like,
poking this kid.
"I just assaulted a child at work.
Yeah.
My life is I'm going to go to jail
Yeah.
probably."
The parents are going to
Just-
sue.
That was the first time in my
Front
life
page news.
I've seen blood like leave someone's face in one instant. He goes, "Oh my God, I am so sorry." And we waited, and we're like, "No, we're just kidding. I just punched him a bunch." And then we went and sat down.
And he was like, fuck. I've been had.
Yeah, we got him good. But we
Oh
gave
my
him a
God.
scare of his lifetime.
That's fantastic.
And it was brilliant. It was a brilliant plan.
Oh, man.
On the fly.
That's like, well, that happened to me at work. Is I accidentally punched this chick in the face at work.
Accidentally?
Accidentally.
Okay.
So
For the record?
For the record, I don't hit women unless it's an accident or unless they won't shut the fuck up.
There it
But-
is. There it is.
No, I was at work. This is when I was in Glacier, and I was working. We were in the kitchen. I was expoing. So for those who don't know, an expediter is the person who organizes food as it comes out of a kitchen, puts it on a tray, and then the wait staff or whatever comes and runs it. And I was talking to this chick who was a waitress there. And I turn around, and I'm looking at all the tickets, and I go to crack my back. And I do that. I just go like this. You can't
quick
see.
crack.
I just kind of throw both my arms backwards like that. But my arms were straight out. And
Kind of like you're doing a reverse fly.
Kind of like you're doing a reverse fly. There
For
you
the
go.
workout heads out there.
Yes, thank you. You know, just like us, we're totally ripped and handsome. And right as I was doing it, this girl decided to lean down and grab a plate that was to my left, and my left hand hit her right in the face, like really hard.
Cocked her good.
Yeah, and that was in that situation. I was that teacher where I turned around and all the blood left my face, And I was like, oh my God,
I'm gonna go to jail.
I'm gonna go to jail for assaulting this chick. But luckily, she was a tough bitch, and she just made a face like I'm gonna fucking kill you, and then walked away. And later, I was like, I'm really sorry.
I'm really sorry I hit you in the face.
She was like, I had to leave, or else I was gonna like fucking hit you over the head with a mallet or something.
She was gonna fight you.
Yeah, she was pissed. She was
mad.
She was mad at me.
It was
mad at me.
Why? You're so cute, though.
I know. I was like, but aren't I charming?
I didn't mean to club you.
To punch you really hard in the face.
I didn't mean to. Was it a good whack?
It was a pretty good whack.
Did it make a sound?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was good.
That's fun.
Oh, and then you just reminded me. So as far as teacher pranks go, so I was a little fucking terrorist in high school.
Yeah.
I was the type of guy who would just do anything that I thought was funny for attention, like a psycho, kind of like now.
Yes.
And there was I'm sure she's listening to this, so she'll find out for the first time. There was this chick,
friend of the show.
She was our, I want to say sophomore, either freshman or sophomore year, English teacher. Her name, I want to say, was Mrs. Getz. And we all hated her guts because she was annoying. And this one girl, Emily Schwab, shout out to Emily Schwab, friend of the show, fucking hated her. And we'd always talk about how greasy this chick's hair was, the teacher.
Yeah.
She had this greasy, long black hair. And me and Emily came up with this plan where Emily went and started talking to her at her desk, asking her questions. And while she was talking to her instructor, I went behind her and I grabbed 2 chalkboard erasers and I just knocked a bunch of chalk all over her greasy hair on her head.
Did she notice?
Nope.
What?
Yeah. We fucking got away with it, dude.
And did she have just white shit on her hair?
Yeah, she just had white shit on her hair, and then we just sat in the back and fucking laughed at her for the rest of the class.
The whole class.
Yeah.
Then you went home and lived your life.
Yep.
Oh my God.
It was beautiful.
So fucked up. Kids are so mean.
Yeah, we were so
the
mean, dude.
Funnest shit in the world.
We were so mean to her. But then you also remind me of another great prank I pulled off. This is also, we called this the Cornspiracy. This was a whole summer-long prank. So this is when I was in Glacier again. And for those of you who've never worked in a national park, you're basically like in it's adult summer camp, and y'all basically have dorm rooms, and y'all see each other all the time and stuff. So my friend RJ, Richard Riley, friend of the show, shout out.
Friend of the show.
Just lives down the street now, but he's from Nebraska, and we'd always give him shit about how much he loves corn. And how he grew up in a cornfield and how great corn is and things like that. We'd always do that line from Team America, like, I'd love to show you a summer night on the cornfield.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious because he grew up in, like, Lincoln, which is, like, a huge city, and I actually grew up in a cornfield.
Yeah.
He'd always be like, why doesn't anyone give you shit? I'd be like, I don't know.
I'm not from Nebraska.
I'm not from Nebraska.
Why.
You love corn. And so we came up, me and my friend Caitlin, friend of the show, decided
There's so many friends of the show.
We have a lot of friends. We're popular guys. So we decided we were going to start buying corn memorabilia and hiding it in his room because it was really easy to break into people's rooms.
Yeah.
And so we just kept
kick the door in.
Yeah, you just take a crowbar. But no, we just kept buying things on Amazon randomly. They were like we had a little like corn, like the Oscar Mayer hot dog was like corn though. And then just like pictures of corn and things like that. And about like once every 4 days, we would just break into his room and just place a little corn thing just somewhere in his room, like randomly. And we always did it. We made sure that like I'd be hanging out with him when she put it there, and she'd be hanging out with him when I put him there, so he could never figure out who was doing it.
Yeah.
And we did and we'd come and like he'd like bring it up. We'd like go get lunch. He'd be like, I keep finding this corn shit in my room. What is all this corn? And we'd just be like, that's fucking weird and hilarious. Sucks to suck, dude.
Yeah.
And like, and I'd make sure we'd be talking about it, and I'd be texting Keely like, go put something in his room right now.
Yeah.
And we did that all summer, probably like 30 pieces of corn memorabilia, and he never figured it out. And so at the end of the summer, we were like, we got to like tell him, but we need to find a fun way to do it. And so we stole some corn from the restaurant. We had like 5 pieces of corn, and me and her and our other buddy, Joey, also part of the show, was also part of the Cornspiracy. The 3 of us went out into a field, and we took a bunch of pictures of us naked just holding corn cobs over our dicks.
Jesus
and stuff
Christ.
like that, like an elaborate photo shoot of like there was one where we were like on a pyramid and we all had corn cobs in our mouths, just completely butt ass naked, just like
It's so weird.
it's so weird, and like weird like sex scenes like with us with like corn dicks and stuff, and then we printed out on like 11 by 8.5 photos, and we took like 15 of them and just put them all around his room. So then, at the last day of the summer, he just came into his room and just found all these naked pictures of us with corn cobs.
So
over our
fucking
dicks.
weird. That's
It
the
was
wildest shit, dude.
So funny.
That is very funny.
And
It's
that
very
was-
elaborate.
That was the great conspiracy of 2016.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's Glacier for you.
That's Glacier. We
Just
got
people
wild.
hanging on by a thread.
Just losing our minds.
Losing your minds.
Everyone's
and then-
banging each other.
Yeah, corn everywhere. Corn's falling from the skies.
We were real corn stars that day. We shot some pornography.
Oh, we gotta get off on that. That was crazy good.
Just like him. He got off on that, probably.
That's fucking hilarious.
Oh, God. All right. Well, we're in the middle of our football game. It's the playoffs.
Fat
right
Boy
now.
Sunday
It's
football
Fat Boy
game.
Sunday. We're gonna go
Third
get
quarter
fat.
right now.
And we're very stoked if you're listening to this. We are got a great show. We're going to Winter Park this weekend.
Friday night.
Me, Matt, and Kaylin doing a show at Devil's
26th.
Craft Brewery on Friday. And the cool shit is the guy you're about to hear, and you heard at the beginning of the podcast, Cousin Curtis,
Rain
is-
or
is
shine.
headlining the same spot the next day.
Yeah, it's
So
fucking
it's
sick.
a fucking Steamboat Comedy Takeover.
Yeah,
And they didn't even know it.
Dude, the universe aligns when you ask it to do
Universe-
stuff.
Exactly.
It does. We manifested this.
Yeah, it's sick. Me and my NMU rugby teammate are now headlining the same bar
entertainment.
2 days in a row.
That's fucking sick.
It's
This is gonna be a
fucking so
blast,
cool.
and we're gonna be skiing all day Saturday.
Oh yeah. So yeah, if you're listening in the Denver area or wherever, come out and see us. It'll be fun.
Yeah, hell yeah.
We got some Denver fans. That one guy who came to the show.
There's people in Denver that fucking adore us,
They
dude.
love us.
The only people in Denver that don't like us are people that don't know us.
That's true.
Do you know that?
Yeah, they're jealous.
I don't even think they even don't like us. They just probably don't even know about
I
us.
know. They're probably like, who?
Yeah. The fucking dudes,
The
bro.
boys.
Hell
Sometimes
yeah.
we come down the hill and fuck up your weekend.
Yeah, what's up? What's up, fuckers?
What's up, fuckers? All right. Well,
Yep,
that'll do
that'll
it.
do it.
Yep. We'll see you. In
Let's get
hopefully-
out of here.
Hopefully, less than a month. We'll see you again.
You will. You'll see us.
Yes. All right.
And we'll have great topics.
Yes. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for
Have a great
listening.
night.
Love you. Have a good night.
Goodbye.
Rain or shine, it's here to make you laugh. It's the Steamboat Comedy Podcast. It's the Steamboat Comedy Podcast.